Yo, it's JSF. Sorry for the lack of videos lately. Been a little preoccupied with everything going on in the world. But yo, I'm back and trying to get back into the swing of things, playing some matches online, and I ran into some interesting and basically an interesting situation I want to show y'all and talk about again. And again, this is never to try to shit on the person I'm playing against or just call them trash or anything like that. It's kind of like an educational purposes thing. And this is like the importance. Well, this shows the importance of why you should learn how to play, right? Like, because at the end of the day, if you never learn how to play this game, and I probably talked about this before, if you never learn how to play this game and you go online, you're gonna run into somebody who just dominates you, right? It's gonna happen. See, he's doing skywalk. He doesn't want to deal with the zoning, right? So the natural progression of your mind is, I don't want to deal with this shit. Let me get in. I want to get in. But instead of thinking, how do I get in, he keeps trying to use his fuck neutral move to get in. But he's playing Fuji. Now, if he was playing Scorpion and Teleport, sadly it would work. But I'm not doing anything, right? I'm literally doing this just to try to teach him. You see how I just shot straight rockets 10 times in a row, which is a high that you can duck and walk in. And Fujin also has his, what is it, 4-3? That's a low slide that can go underneath that. But I wanted him to think about it. I wanted him to think, what the fuck can I do? And actually do something different. That's why I'm like waiting, rocket, he shoots back. I'm like, do something different. And now at this point, he seems to start to learn a little bit. But then he goes back to it. It's like dash block, dash block. It's like, okay, cool. But that will get you killed. That's not the answer. It's a progression, but it's not the answer. And I'm gonna look like an asshole for doing this. Like, I'm gonna look like a dickhead for doing this. But I promise, I legitimately just wanted him to learn, right? And then I'll go to the next match because it's ranked online. We played a set, but it's important because, like, you see how that happened. It wasn't even close. I did the same one move over and over and over again, and he got dominated because he doesn't know how to play, right? This is just what I'm talking about. Why it's important to learn how to play. So, instead of learning how to beat that type of play style, because if you play NRS games online, if you go play ranked matches, you're gonna run into zoners. You're gonna run into zoners who don't even know how to really play. They're just gonna zone you out, and because you don't know how to deal with it, you're gonna get frustrated and you're gonna lose, right? So instead of learning how to beat it, he switches. He switches to Shang Tsung. I do the same thing because I'm not trying. The point of me doing this isn't winning. So he now has a move that counters it. Instead of learning, here's how I beat it, he said, fuck that, I'm going to the select screen. And I'm picking a character that, you know, you can't zone me out because I'm a parry. So when that happens, I say, okay, well, I can do other things. You know what I mean? There's other options. Now you're getting swept. You're getting jumped in at, which is something I never did. You're getting whiff punished. You know what I mean? You're getting like all this other shit that you never even accounted for because you thought, oh, he's just gonna zone. But instead, you lose to everything but zoning, right? Because look, every time I try to zone, he gets in. Once again, trying to do a fuck neutral slide instead of playing the neutral. You get punished for it. This is where it gets really good. Here's my favorite part of the video. This part right here is the only reason I made the video. Well, not only reason, but this is the part that I think is super interesting, right? So he gets in, right? Gets to doing his stuff, you know, teabags me, and I was shocked. So I was just walking backwards, not blocking at all. I was like, wow, he's really doing this? Like, look at him. You see how I was just standing there? Because I knew what was coming next. And I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just let you guys watch it. I'll talk about it after. But I just want you guys to watch because look at this shit. There was oh man, just look. I'm sorry. I know I just be doing more than just laughing, but to me that's really funny because I knew like this whole time I was not really playing. I was just trying to show him, right? But once he started teabagging, I was like, oh, nothing is sacred. Okay, you think you're gonna beat me? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, okay, well, let me show you that just because I sat there and shot rockets at you the whole first game, that doesn't mean I don't know how to play. And that's another thing that's a problem, right? If you never learn how to actually play, whether you just zone, whether you just rush down, eventually what you're doing is not gonna work. Whether you just teleport, use fuck neutral moves, whatever you're doing, whatever shortcut, and this is why I say people exploit the game, right? If you like heard me talk about people who win tournaments or make top 8 by exploiting the game instead of learning, it's like why I say certain players suck, like why why I just don't give them that credit, right? Like, I get it, you make Elder God, you win a lot online, but you're not really good. Like, you might know how to flawless block some things, but you're still exploiting the system. You're exploiting a flawed system, right? You're not learning the neutral. You're not learning, and eventually you're gonna get out pressured. You're gonna get out zoned. You're gonna get into a situation where what you want to do is not the answer, and you have to learn how to fight against some shit you don't want to fight against. You have to. This is why counterpick. Like, I know NRS games are partially known. I don't want to say designed. How do I say this? I don't want to say partially designed to counterpick, but I know that they kind of nudge you in that direction, but that you'll never get good by just counterpicking. I promise you that. You will never get good by just counterpicking. And this doesn't mean there are some very lopsided matchups that are rough to play, but there is greater knowledge in learning those matchups than switching to an easier matchup and winning, because you never had to learn, right? It's hard to get strong if you never had to fight, or you never had to work. You know what I mean? It was given to you, so you don't know how to work when you need to work. It's more of a, maybe it's kind of a life thing that I kind of translate to fighting games, right? There are certain things that are like, some people are given, some people work for. When you work for it, you appreciate it more and you have a better understanding of it, because it wasn't just given to you, right? Like, when I play these games, I learn these games on my own. I learned, like, Mortal Kombat 11, if you guys think I understand the game, I think I do, but if you think so, know that I did it completely on my own. I've never been a part of a team, part of a clan, I've never been sponsored, never. And I don't even have friends that I consistently play with on a regular basis. So, like, this is just me learning the shit. So, like, I learned how to deal with zoning in Injustice 1, but there are people who still don't know. So it's like, when you don't learn that, it's gonna come back to bite you. Like, that's why it's just not the answer. That's why I love when people lose to zoning and pick Scorpion. I love it, because that tells me everything I need to know. It tells me you don't know how to play, or you don't want to learn how to play, or you don't want to, you don't want to work. You want an easy win. You want to cheat your way. You want to, not cheat, that's the wrong word. You want to gimmick your way into a win, right? Instead of riding it out with Fujin or whatever character. I don't even think Shang Tsung was that guy's main. I think he picked Shang Tsung because he had a projectile parry and a slide, because that's what he did. I don't even think he picked the character. And, like, if you've ever wondered why you play some matchups with your main and do better even though it's a worse matchup, it's because you understand. Like, I guarantee you, if you have a character you played for a year and a character you played for 2 months, if you pick the character you played for a year, even if it's a rough matchup, I guarantee you do alright. You know what I mean? You'll do pretty good. You'll probably do better than you do with the character that's supposed to be a good matchup, because you understand better. So it'll always, and I know with this game it's probably really difficult to let this lesson sink in, but honestly, it's better to know the game. And I mean, shit, a while ago, that's even what Sonic Fox told me. When I said, why should I learn how to play, when I think Sonic was learning how to play Jade. And I was like, why would I learn how to play a low tier character when I can pick Liu Kang and mash buttons and down one grab and all this? And Sonic was like, once you figure this out, you can be the best player in the world. And I was like, well, shit, maybe I need to figure that out. So, and this is maybe 6, 7, 8 months ago. I don't remember how long. I made a video about it. It's on my channel. But yeah, and I've been thinking about that ever since then and other things, and like, you know what? That's kind of true. That's kind of right. And like, granted, I'm not gonna play completely bottom tier, but I'm gonna play who I'm gonna play, you know? Like, I'll probably end up playing RoboCop long term. I'm still gonna play Spawn. They both have some matchups that I don't love. They both have issues with Jade, but like, I don't think trying to figure out who beats Jade, who beats Jade. I don't think that's really the answer, because most Jade players I'm gonna be able to just outplay because I'm better at the game. You know what I mean? And like, if you run into somebody who think they can just fraud you out of a win because they pick a better matchup, if you know the matchup better than they do and can play it better than they can, you'll win. You'll do well. And this game isn't the best for rewarding you for skill and hard work, but it's still a fighting game at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, fighting games, trust me, they all work in a very similar way. So that's all I wanted to say. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was funny. I thought it could be really, really, really like helpful to show some of the shit that I talk about. And that's why I do these videos. Like, not to just say this is not how you play Mortal Kombat just to shit on somebody, but like, this is why you should want to learn neutral. Because if you never ever want to learn neutral or learn matchups, and this is a new character, right? RoboCop just came out last week. He's a new character. You should want to learn new character matchups. Granted, I don't think Fujin wasn't his main or something, but I don't think he should have tried to pick a character specifically to gimmick me out. Like, play whoever your main is. If your main is Sub-Zero, if it's, you know, Kung Lao, if your main, well, those are terrible examples, but if your main is Joker, if your main is Sindel, if your main is Scarlet, just pick your main and play it out and see how it goes. And sometimes that'll go better than the shortcut. And I know you see a lot of your favorite pro players taking shortcuts in tournaments, but that's because they suck at the game. Sonic Fox beat everybody playing Joker. And it wasn't that Joker was so broken and overpowered that it was easy to do it, because there was nobody else playing Joker at that level. You know what I mean? Like, people love to say Joker is top tier, but like, name another Joker player that's really consistently doing, you know, top 8 beating good players everywhere they go. You know, go online. How many good Joker players do you see online? How many Elder God Jokers are there? It's really not that many. So anyway, don't let that kind of stuff fool you. Pick who you pick, play who you like, man. If your character is the worst in the game, if you play Frost or something, I feel for you. You might want to try a different character. If you play a really terrible character, maybe try something new. But other than that, play who you like, man. Like, don't try to take shortcuts, because there's somebody online who will put you on your ass for trying to take shortcuts, and that guy might be me. But anyway, thank y'all for watching. Thank you for supporting. Appreciate it. If seen I got some new subscribers yesterday and today. Appreciate all of y'all. If you haven't already, please sub to the channel. It'll help me out a shit ton. Like, you know, at least until I get 1,000, I'm sadly gonna be asking for subscribers. But hey, I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm gonna stop talking so much. If you like the video, let me know. The only reason I ask for likes is just so I know that you like the content. You know, that's the only reason, because I don't know you like it if you don't hit the like button. So if y'all like videos like this, I'll keep doing them. If y'all don't like them, don't watch them, then I'll stop doing them and do something else. But either way, I appreciate the support. JSF, I'm out of here. Subscribe for more content.